Today I'm going to show you how to replace the air filter on your Honda Talon. It's going to be the same process for the 2 and the 4-seaters. You should be replacing this at least every 600 miles, but if you're in dusty or wet conditions, you want to check it more often. Now it's simple to do. Let's get started. To get this done, we have an OEM air filter. We've got other options on our website as well. Just click the link in the description below. Other than that, you're going to need some rags, a 5mm Allen, and then this OEM air filter came with these gaskets, so I'm going to use a pick to help change those out. Now I'm going to remove the access panel in the cargo bed. You just need to turn both of these tabs sideways. You're going to pull out on the top and pull up. Now for the air filter cover, you want to make sure it's cleaned off. So ours is obviously clean, but if you have any dirt, just wipe around that sealing edge. And then you have all these clips that you need to pop off. I'm going to remove the cover. Now for these intake tubes, I'm going to put a rag in them, and that way if this filter is super caked, it's not going to drop dirt down in there. Now we can use our 5mm Allen to loosen up all of the bolts. Now most of these are going to be taken out all the way, but there's 3 on the left side that have plastic tabs that hold them in place. Now if you have an older machine, these screws might have collars, so pay attention and look for those. I'm going to lift up on the air filter and pull it to that right side. Man, look at that thing. It's caked. Then from here, you want to use some rags to clean the airbox and the airbox cover. Now, while we're cleaning, we've got this drain underneath. I'm going to remove it and clean that out. Ours is caked with dirt. You might get some moisture coming out as well. Just going to use my screwdriver to poke some of that out, clean it up, dump all that junk out of the cap, and reinstall the drain cap and the clamp. Now there's another drain tube on the clean side of the airbox. Now by this driver's side rear wheel well, we're just going to remove a clamp and the plug, let anything drain out, and then reinstall those parts. I'm going to replace that rubber gasket. The smaller one is going to be on the airbox and the larger one on the cover. And you can see we got a little dirt in there, so I'm just going to wipe it out. I'm going to do one final wipe down. Now this in here doesn't have to be perfectly clean, but everything on the other side of it does, since this is your intake side. So make sure we don't have any dust over here. And cleaning this part out just prevents dirt going onto your fresh air filter. Now over at the bench, we're going to inspect the air filter. So ours is obviously caked and we're going to replace it. But if yours doesn't look that bad and you want to inspect it, you want to check for any tears or damage to that filter surface. Another check you can do is hold it up to the light and see how much light is shining through in those pleats. Now it's kind of hard to tell. This one is pretty dark. I'm going to hold that new one up for comparison. You also want to check your sealing surfaces. So both the air filter cover and you've got another gasket on that airbox. If it's torn or damaged at any point, definitely get those replaced. And since our filter came with a new one, we're just going to install one anyway. With the gasket in place, we can remove the rags from the intake. I'm going to do one final wipe down and make sure there's no dust or anything still in here. Now we can reinstall our air filter. So when you do this, make sure it's fully seated. So if you have an older machine, odds are you have one of these collars on each screw. So make sure that's in place. If you have a newer machine or you want to get these newer style screws, the collar's built right in. So just pay attention to that. Then we'll thread them in one at a time and tighten them all down. After that, you can reinstall the cover. Making sure that it is fully seated, you can go ahead and reinstall all of the clips. Now I'm going to reinstall the access panel. You've got 3 tabs on the bottom, 1 in the middle, and then the 2 rotating tabs on the side. Then once you have that locked in place, that's all there is. If you have any questions about the process, leave those down in the comments below. If you need a new air filter, again, click the link in the description below and subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.